One of my earliest memories is of playing a certain game for the PlayStation 1. I was like 4 years old, and after coming back home from daycare, I mustered up the courage to ask my very strict dad if I could play this game on the PlayStation. He was reluctant, but he said yes, and I was thrilled. It was a new game, but I was drawn to the design of the character. Little did I know, I'd be playing the best kart racer of all time, with deep, fun and rewarding gameplay. This game in particular is, of course, Crash Team Racing. The familiar orange marsupial known for running, jumping and spinning through crates now puts pedal to the metal in driving, sliding and exploding karts in CTR. Released in 1999, CTR reigns supreme as the best kart racer in its genre to this day. It has tight controls, fast-paced actions with tons of fun maps and characters. The core gameplay loop of boosting, shooting, and power sliding around corners with precision is so much fun. And with the remake of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, the kart racer has seen the peak of its popularity, pleasing veterans, fans, and newcomers alike. The remake is built from the ground up, faithfully recreating the legendary retro game with love and care. The sheer amount of characters and content this game has is really amazing. It includes content from games across the franchise, from characters and karts from other racing games. What makes this game so great to me is the gameplay. CTR has a high skill curve within its core gameplay, which sticks out amongst other kart races. The fundamentals of the gameplay encourages and greatly rewards skillful driving. And the difficulty in the skill curve of this game can go from casual to being more rage-inducing than a Soulsborne game. You can beat and enjoy this game at a relaxed pace, or go for record times and developer time trials, which will really test your skills as a CTR player. Today, the gameplay of CTR is what I want to talk about today because I find it to be complex and phenomenal. I want to emphasize the amount of control you have with the kart. It handles like a dream. Making turns and adjustments on the fly is quick and responsive, and I love that. You can also sacrifice speed for more control and acceleration with the different driving styles this game has to offer, or a balanced driving style to be in the middle with all the stats. On top of driving, the main actions you can do are jump, power slide, and boost yourself from a power slide. Power slide boosting is in essence the core gameplay of CTR, and will determine the outcome of a race with how good you are with it. When you start power sliding, the gauge in the bottom right will now be filled over time. Pressing the opposite bumper, your boost button, whilst that gauge is filled, will give you a boost. It's possible to miss your opportunity to boost from a power slide if you wait too long, or press the button too soon. Boosting is not only necessary for speed, but maintaining speed. When you gain a boost, your speed increases. What a boost also does, the game doesn't tell you, is increase a hidden number from the screen, which is known amongst the community as reserves. And here, the beauty of CTR lies within how this game handles the boosting mechanic. Starting from your base speed, your reserves sit at 0. This is the default speed when you just hold X. When you get a boost, it will add an amount to the reserves and gradually decrease back to 0, the base speed. Think of reserves as fuel, and getting boost will add to your fuel. If you go too long without getting a boost, your kart will eventually run out of fuel, leaving you at the slowest base speed. Normally, my boost speed will return to the default speed shortly, but because I've kept my fuel or my reserves so high, I can hold the boost for longer. This mechanic makes it so that consecutive boosts will allow you to maintain a high speed without reverting back to your default speed. This is a gameplay mechanic smartly designed to reward skilled driving and allow the player to drive at high speeds. By managing your reserves, cutting corners and avoiding walls, you can complete an entire race at blazing fast speed. The reserves mechanic is what makes this game fun and unique compared to other kart races. Also, to get high reserves, it's vital that you try to hit as many perfect power slide boosts, as the more filled the gauge is, the more reserves you get. You run out of reserves much faster if you keep doing short power slide boosts, which is just another layer of reward and skill in this game. Probably the most difficult technique in this game that is essential for beating the time trial challenges is holding a blue flame. It's the fastest speed you can achieve, indicated by the intense blue flames fuming out of the kart's exhaust. Blue flame is only available on specific maps, but when you get it, it's really obvious. You go insanely fast, and I didn't know this was a thing until I played the remake, and just look at me struggling to cut this corner with the blue flame. With this kind of speed, power sliding around corners just won't do it anymore. It's really hard to do. However, you can control it. Blue flame demands an advanced technique called U-turning. And U-turning is done in midair by letting go of the acceleration, braking whilst holding down in the direction you want to turn. Now normally braking in any circumstance would immediately kill your speed and reserve, but by letting go of the acceleration and braking in midair will cancel this. Holding blue flame on a track is super satisfying to pull off. Okay, wrapping things up. In conclusion, this game is awesome. Crash Team Racing and the remake are incredible racing games that will challenge you. Beanox did an incredible job remaking this game, and praise the Lord they kept the reserve system. Initially, it was actually really worrying that the game wouldn't have the reserve system, as early demo builds showcased there was no reserve system. Which is really sad to think about at the time, like losing that element of the game that made this kart racer so unique. But they did, whatever, we're good. I can't express how incredible of an experience it was to play this game remade again. It was just so much fun, it was so amazing. I love Crash Bandicoot and I love these games so much, and to play my first game that I've ever played like as a remake is very special for me. If you've got the chance to play this game, do you think you could hold a blue flame? And do you think you could get more legends than me and today's sponsor?